For those who don't know us, this is me, Scott. This is my wife, Katie, and this is our son, Super Ted. We are the Bridge family, trying to get the most out of this rat race we all call life. On the 24th of February 2023, our whole world got turned upside down when we got told our 9-month-old son had been diagnosed with high-risk AML leukemia. For anyone that doesn't know what that stands for, it's acute myeloid leukemia, which is a type of blood cancer. Yes, I said it. Cancer. As you can imagine, life froze. Every parent's worst nightmare was happening right in front of our eyes. With childhood cancer happening more and more frequently across the world, we decided to document our journey from start to finish to raise awareness and give cancer within children the exposure it deserves. We hope these videos give people a raw, detailed insight into what's involved, the treatment, the day-to-day hospital life, the emotions that come with having a child with cancer. So ladies and gentlemen, buckle up as we take you along on this whirlwind of a journey to save our son's life. And remember, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised. So if you're interested in following our journey, don't forget to like our video, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you can stick with us on this battle against cancer. Great colouring, mate. It's another present from the aunties, isn't it? Colouring in your bag so we can put all your toys and treasures in there. Day 7 of your presents from Auntie. What have you got?
Great job.
Let's have a look. Wow, it says, one bad chapter doesn't tell you the story. Oh, it's you and cousin Arthur. Wow, what is it? It's a rainbow spring. The things you do to keep a kid entertained. Nothing that a doctor's glove can't do. And the old faithful slinky. So Teddy's fludarabine chemotherapy is going in, and anyone that's interested, this is the chemotherapy setup. So you've got some sodium chloride, which is basically just water. It goes into the machine and pumps through these lines straight into Teddy's Hickman line, which is obviously poking at the bottom of his trousers here, but actually goes into one of his arteries in his heart. So this chemotherapy goes literally straight around his system within seconds, which is amazing and is a lot less intrusive than I thought what chemotherapy would be like. I don't know why, but when I thought of chemotherapy, I suddenly just pictured him going down to theatre, being put under this huge radiation machine and just zapping him. I've never come across it, so but I was very pleasantly surprised when you actually realise it's literally just like an infusion, and it's pain-free for him. He barely knows it's happening. You just got to make sure he just doesn't pull on his lines. So whenever he is having chemotherapy, it's operation keep him entertained, and yeah, so it's all fairly simple. But another chemo going in. Hey Tess. Just me celebrating. Another interesting fact for you is that in BMT you're only allowed fruits that you can peel. So like an apple, anything with skin is the ones that you're allowed. So and trying to peel an apple with a blunt knife is fantastic. It's really annoying, just as annoying as throwing the apple that you've just taken 5 minutes to peel across the room, Ted. But whatevs, clearly don't want it. Oh, yeah, correct. Second chemo of the day. This one runs over 3 hours. This is the busulfan. 2 chemos in 1 day, mate.
Oh,
We've actually got 4 today, haven't we? Morning and night. Or is three?
This is dose 3 of the busulfan, and then dose 4 will go in tonight, and then hopefully they will have his levels back and might need to adjust the dosage tomorrow. But this would be day 2 of 4.
Well. Nearly.
And we are day -4, which means 3 days left, and then day 0 will be transplant day.
Sobe! It's pretty obvious that the chemotherapy is now kicking in with Ted because he's a lot less active. He doesn't really want to move about as much. It just seems really suppressed. Like when you call him, he usually looks straight up and kind of instantly acknowledge you, whereas now he kind of just is in his own little world, and he's still okay. He's still doing really well. It's just we can tell the difference. Like if you stand him up, he'll usually stand up with strong legs. His legs just collapse now because he must just be feeling achy and whatever. So it could be time for some Oromorph tonight. We've got another chemotherapy running all the way through the night, which is going to be joyful because if he wakes up again, it could end up with another party in the middle of the night. But we shall see. You shouldn't worry about things until they present themselves. So that is the motto we are sticking to. Look at him, all clean, ready for bed. Feeling a bit poorly, my boy. Telly before bedtime, hey? Listen, if I could take this away from you in a second, I would, mate. I promise you that. But you are absolutely smashing it, and we are so proud of you. You'll watch this back one day and you'll see how strong you really are. Love you, mate. So this is our little bed setup. Tonight's the first time I'm doing a night with chemotherapy running through the night, which is kind of worrying because usually we check him, and this is the one that can be prone to seizures. But he's had it 4 or 5 times already, and there's been a touch wood. So, but it just kind of makes you a little bit uneasy because you obviously want to keep eyes on him the whole time. I'm sure it'll all be fine, but also it means that they've got to be doing observations and obviously putting the chemo on and off throughout the night, which could wake him and disturb him, and therefore have an upset child in the middle of the night, which is not what we want. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to assess it when it happens, picking the right times to change his nappy and feed and whatever, so we're actually clustering all the disturbances with him in one go rather than just constantly doing it throughout the night, because I'd understandably be pissed off if people get disturbing me. So yeah, hopefully it all goes well. We shall see. This is good night from Fox Ward, room 5. That was eventful. The 12 o'clock obs happened, put the chemo on, changed his nappy, started feeding him, and he vomited everywhere. And covered me, covered him. And yeah, just spent the next 90 minutes changing him, then he burst out with another nappy, so that was another change of clothes. So I spent the last 90 minutes just rocking him and soothing him, but he doesn't want to be soothed, so I managed to get another 200 ml of water in him, just drip feeding him like every 10-15 minutes, which is good. Yeah, finally opted for the pram, just rocked him to sleep, and I'm leaving him there so I can anti-sick myself. Sicky clothes everywhere. Just get back on track for the next inevitable rocking session at 3 o'clock when they come in to do observations. So, love my life. Now I'm going to go and make myself smell less like puke. Cheers. Good morning from us here on Fox Ward. We had an interesting night last night, as you probably now know because the videos beforehand. That's needed, trust me on that one. Yeah, we are already up. It is 6:05. He woke up at 5:45, which was a bit of a blessing because from about 3:10 till 5:45 he slept in his pram and just left him, so could have been worse, he could have been up. But 5:45 up this morning, had a little bit of water because we tried to elongate his morning feed until like 7 o'clock, because then it goes on the next day's quota, so just give him water until then. Also because he was sick yesterday with his milk, I'm going to go in cautiously with this morning's milk just because I don't want another Chundarulo experience. Currently on his glancyclidine, which is an hour infusion, and then after that we get put on another 2-hour infusion, which is this new one, which I'm not even going to try and pronounce because it's got about 1,000 letters in it and almost doesn't make any sense. But he's got that one, but that can be prone to headaches and bone joint pain and stuff like that whilst it's being transfused, and as I said, that's for 2 hours. So we're waking up this morning with pretty much from 6 till 9 straight in IV bedtime. So we're going to keep him occupied. A little bit of iPad, some playing, but I'm going to use this first half an hour of him watching the iPad to get those morning jobs done, because they are pretty extensive, and so if he's occupied then it gives me some time. But first I'm going to bottoms up that coffee because I need to kick up the arse because my eyes are heavy. And let's see what today brings. Also, my mum, who is acting as our third carer, is coming up today, and she's going to spend the morning with me. So Kate's going to spend a lot of the morning at the flat just getting that organised, because we've got so much stuff that we need to sort out there. Looking forward to that. She's really amazing and hands-on with him. Look forward to having her up. But let's start this day. Starts with a coffee. Hour and 24 minutes to go. We are officially over halfway of this 3-hour initial staying in bed. We're doing alright, I mean, mate. Usually in the morning he has a crawl about because he's only usually has 1 hour infusion and that's it. So this is why it's an extra struggle, because he's just like trying to expend some energy, but he can't really do it. So entertainment is key.
When it is raining cats and dogs, what do you risk stepping in? It's a joke, guys.
Oh, well, announce it's a
When
joke.
it is raining cats and dogs, what do you risk stepping in?
Dog shit.
A poodle. Who did that?
They ate on the another car, Ted. How lovely. It's a little ambulance that you come to hospital in. Car, good boy. Good boy. Massive shout out to Taylor and Elliot for the little gift. We love it. Lovely little gifts. Might keep that in the room for those desperate times. But yeah, little update from today. We have finished our last dose of fludarabine chemotherapy. He is currently having his busulfan, which is going to be having a couple more through a few more days up until his cell day. But yeah, we've had Teddy's nanny up today to help keep him company because he's had so much time in bed today, which has been really tough for him. But he's finally eating something, which is weird because he's rejected everything all day. But Aquava seems to be hitting that spot. Making you a comfort castle.
Yeah.
Or a WWE wrestling ring. Always struggling now. You're okay, mate. Apparently just realised you can get bloody ITV and BBC watching Wimbledon, look. Yeah.
Nearly at the end of the day, which means tomorrow is our final day of chemo. Hopefully, ever!
Forever, Teds. How good does that sound? Potentially tomorrow is the last ever day of chemo.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Love you, mate.
I'm not putting your
I'm
reception.
so proud of you. Look at you, Teds. You're having a big bath like a big boy. Splash, splash, splash. MG tube dangling out, lying in a glove. Oh, the days of just being able to plop your kid in a bath. Two nets are going in at once. That is bring today to a close. We shall see you tomorrow. So I've had an absolute nightmare of a journey home so far. I jumped on the bike, put me on washing on the back, and started cycling, got about 20 metres and the saddle fell off. So I flopped off the back, the bike carried on going, smashed into 2 cars. So therefore, I'm on a home bike. My back is in pieces. I hope that they haven't destroyed my laptop, but I'm quite intrigued to see the bruise, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm still on the way home, and should have been home by now. I've been showered and sat on the sofa, but life's a beach. I'd love to be a fly on the wall just to watch me crash, just to see my big fat ass flop off that saddle. Oh, that's you been framed. If the journey couldn't get any worse with my bulging back and my bag full of sicky clothes from last night, it's pissing down. Love my life. Oh, what a time to be alive. Good morning from the morning of after the night before of my little bicycle mishap. Yeah, I woke up this morning, my back was stiff as a board, but I still woke up giggling, finding it so funny, and I just would have loved to have seen it, but it's obviously never going to happen unless old Great Ormond Street contact me with some CCTV. But yeah, hope everyone is having a lovely week. Today is a very special day because we are starting and entering our last ever doses of chemo. So we'll be running all day through the night as well. But tomorrow is a rest day. We'll just have some precautionary medications going in, but no chemo. And then Friday's cell day. So it's all flying past. Teddy's obviously feeling a lot worse now. Kate's messaged me last night saying that he was up throwing up in his sleep, bless him. So his body is well under attack now by this chemotherapy, but unfortunately it's one of those situations where you 1 step back, 2 steps forward. Today is Wednesday, 2 days until cell day. Let's go. We have arrived back at the hospital with no mishaps this morning. I always find it quite ironic having a crash outside the hospital, but hey hey. I think this road will forever scar me now because of the pure depth of embarrassment that I experienced yesterday, but hey ho. Glad everybody else had a lovely time watching it happen. Yeah, back at Gosh, time to have a good day. Hey Ted, you do a big sickie last night? Yeah.
Did you get sick? Yeah?
Oh.
Did you get sick?
Poor old Teddy. He is very, very, very sleepy now. It's really hard to see actually walking in. You usually come into him clapping, smiling, and he reacts to you and whatever. Now he comes in and barely gives you a look and just wants to collapse and into a cuddle and whatever, which is it's tough. It's really tough because it's not the Teddy we know. Got to keep reminding yourself it's part of the process, and all these things that he's going through is to be expected. The mucositis, the sickness, the temperatures to come, the shits, everything is all part and parcel of this process. Even though it's tough for us to see, we need to just stay strong for him because it's not actually us going through it, it's him. So the stronger we can be for him, the bigger and more secure his safety blanket is. So we are ready and raring to comfort him and soothe him and do everything we need to do to make it as love him so much. One of the interesting truths of having chemotherapy is we have a sick bowl full of quavers. 2-3 days ago he ate a whole packet. Now he can't even stand them. He literally won't even touch them. He actually just picked one up and gagged. Number 9 of the Auntie's Advent Calendar. Oh my goodness, what is it? It says, a little progress every day adds up to big results. A splat ball, squeeze it, throw it, splat it. Splat ball!
Happy on your nose, clap your hands.
He's 5 days into chemotherapy and he still wants to clap his hands and be happy and he knows it. Like, that is knighthood status. That is, you are a legend, my boy. We have another addition, a new addition to our little machine section we've got going on in our room, and this is a feeding pump. So where Teddy is, his appetite is being suppressed, we're obviously struggling to get food and drink within him. So naturally the dietitian comes around and explains what we're going to do from here on out, and it's basically limit the amount of cow's milk he's on, because that's potentially what's making him sick, with a combination of that and the chemotherapy. So they're going to put him on something called Pedicure peptide, which is apparently a really, really high calorific milk. We're going to be doing 100 mils every 4 hours from now. So whatever milk and water we can get in him is a plus. But if he drinks nothing, he's almost still covered by this pump, which is annoying because it means every 4 hours he's going to have to be strapped up for half an hour. But it means that we get to keep the calories going in him so he doesn't lose a huge amount of weight. So double-edged sword, but it's good because it all goes through his NG tube, so hopefully it may limit any nighttime feeds that we have to get up for, which is only 1 at the minute, but we still can give him milk to comfort him and put him down to bed and stuff like that. Bottom line is that he's not going to hopefully lose weight, and hopefully his stomachs it well and it doesn't make him sick.
Well, that didn't go to plan. This was perfect timing because our occupational therapist turned up for a session with Teddy. This was amazing as it gave us a break, occupied him and kept his mind off feeling sick and unwell.
Are you going to escape this time? Get back here! Have a quick nap. Snack!
To our little rough and tumble, it was time for a bath.
Then we have to waterproof his wiggly worms, which requires a doctor's glove, a hairband and some tape, which I shall go and get. Bath ready.
After a long, final day of chemotherapy, it's perfect time to take a trip down memory lane. This road has been windy and nothing's been straight. Some things happen for a reason and some call it fate. 126 days in and this day has finally come, where the nurses have said your chemo is now done. I won't forget that moment to the day that I die, bursting with pride and tears flooding each eye. Sitting in the chair as I rock you in pain, 40 minutes left on the pump of chemo entering your vein. Minute by minute watching the timer tick down, my face starts to relax and smile and not frown. We're getting close now, my cub, we're turning a bend. Your chemo's nearly done, it's nearly at the end. Looking into your eyes and holding you so tight, no parent should have to watch this heartbreaking fight. Nights filled with wires and bleeping machines, groans of discomfort and changing sheets so they're clean. The pain that it brings, the sleepless nights it brought on, we all have to wear gloves as it's so poisonous and strong. I look up at the pump and the numbers start to blur, as the tears fill my eyes again and you start to stir. All you want is to rest, all you want is to sleep, when suddenly the machine started to flash and beep. As the tears of pride rolled down my cheeks, the doors burst open and I couldn't even speak. The nurse entered the room and unhooked your line. Your chemotherapy is finished for the final time. Holding you with one hand and wiping tears away with the other, you couldn't find a prouder father or a more loving mother. Another big stage done, we can be happy and not sad. A good day in the life of a chemotherapy-free dad.
Go on, Teddy. It is 4:05 in the morning. had his last chemo. Go on, Timmy. So proud of him. It's been a tough road for that chemotherapy and for his tiny body, but he smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. Right, I need to go to get some sleep because medication start again in around 55 minutes. So that's me done for tonight. Yeah, tomorrow's a fucking good day. Rest day tomorrow and cell day Friday. Come on, Teddy.
Good morning. It is now 20 to 6. Med start in 20 minutes. I'm just trying to enjoy time out of bed. Even though we're in bed. Before the day starts. But the day starts chemo free, you know? Because our chemo's done round here. Yeah, buddy.
You know what, Ted? You are an absolute superstar because you finished your chemo. You don't have any more of that nasty medicine. You're gonna clap your hands. Yeah, you finished your medicine, your strong hormone medicine. All we do now is we just get better. 2 days you have your magic cells, and hopefully they find a home in your body. But we have no more chemotherapy. Yeah. Danny's forgot to put your cream on your mouth. Well done. Too busy celebrating and we forgot to put your cream on. But I'm so proud of you, mate, that you've just taken it like a champion. So you are a true legend. Right, let's put your nappy on onto the floor, right? Representing today because today is a good day. Today is the first day without chemotherapy for a long time, and it doesn't, I know it's part of the process and whatever, but it's important that we acknowledge it because for him that's huge. His body obviously going to start to feel a little bit worse with going forward, but the chemotherapy makes him throw up, it makes him shit himself, it makes him uncomfortable, bones ache, the rest of it. So the happier he is, the happier I am. So go on to Super Ted, and we are going to have a lovely day today. Yeah, today's going to be a good day because it's a rest day, but tomorrow is the special big day. Just like that, it is 6:38 in the morning. He's just had his 5 oral meds straight through his tube. 2 IVs going in, and he's hooked up again, but none of them are chemo. So yeah, but we are on it this morning. We've done his mouth, we've done his girth, we've done his weight. I'm about to feed him his milk. We have done his change of pyjamas. I need to change his dummy, thinking about it. But yeah, we're organised, we're up, hip hop and happening. So hope everyone that is watching this is going to have that sort of energy this morning in their day. And yeah, let's see what today brings. Good morning. Just wanted to come on and do a brief explanation of basically what the last week and a half, 2 weeks has been, and what the next week will look like. So basically all the chemotherapy over the 6 days that Teddy's just been through has been administered to him with the intention to basically completely flatten his immune system and wipe out all of his cells. Okay, so the idea is that they give his whole body an empty and blank canvas, so when the new cells come in they get administered in through an infusion, and then they hopefully go off and find their home and settle in a roundabout way. So the last 6 days has kind of basically flattened him right out, killed off all his cells. Today is Thursday and this is the rest day, which is where they give an immune suppressing drug which again flattens the immune system even more. The chemo finished last night / this morning, so that's now done. Friday, so tomorrow, is when his new cells will be administered into him through a transfusion, and that is half the process done. Once those cells are in place, it is then monitoring so finely. So basically they, like I said before, hopefully these cells go off and find their place, and apparently according to the doctors the cells are cleverer than you ever know and just happen to go where they need to go, which is just mind-blowing. But the doctors and nurses monitor him through blood tests and things like that, and then roughly around about 2 weeks after the cell day, so 2 weeks after tomorrow, we should get a good understanding to whether the new cells have grafted into his body, into his bone marrow, and whether it's worked or not, which is obviously the biggest reveal yet. So far he's done incredibly, as you've all seen. He's actually got back down for another nap already, bless him, and seemed a little bit uncomfortable, so I've given him more and more for the painkiller. But yeah, so that's a little brief outline to what we have been through up till now and what we're about to go through. There is no more treatment as such unless he gets an infection or picks up a virus or something like that. So now he is suppressed, his immune system is down, the cells will go in, and it's just monitoring. But because he will be so flat and his immune system is very low, his body, all of our bodies create natural bacteria which can cause infection, and because he won't have an immune system, therefore he will get that infection, and so then it's down to the doctors and nurses to then medicate against those infections to stop them turning into life-threatening infections, because he has no immune system. So that's what we're going through. This is the hard patch. It's only to 10 days post chemo that is the worst days, so we are entering that stage now. He is starting to struggle, so we are far from that head out the clouds yet, but yeah, that's a little brief outline to what to expect in the coming weeks. It's just trying to keep him as happy and as healthy and as well as possible. All the nurses and doctors keep talking about when he gets mucositis, when he gets an virus, when he gets an infection, so they're pretty confident that it's something to expect, which is kind of hard to hear, because we know how bad the side effects can be, like rashes, swelling, skin diseases, all these different things. So, but don't worry about something until you've got something to worry about, so we'll worry about them when they happen.
That is a perfect time to end the video there. Please don't forget to join us in our next video where Teddy has his new magical cells. Once again, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like our videos and subscribe to our channel, and remember, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised.